Off we go into the wild blue yonder. Keep the wings level and true. If you'd live to be a gray-haired wonder.
He doesn't talk very loud, but he'll get a few words in. But I want to give you a little bit of background about my father, because I'm incredibly proud of him. Dad joined the 8th Army. I joined the Army in June of 1942 and went through aerial gunnery training school, and he became an instructor at the school. One of my dad's star pupils was Clark Gable, the movie star. And my dad's group formed in April of 1943 to go to overseas combat in the 8th Army Air Force. And Clark Gable went with my father and his 351st Bombardment Group and made a war bond film about my father and his crew and another gunner, about 2 typical gunners from the 1st to 25th mission called Combat America.
You'd fly his wing to hell and gone. Sergeant Philip J. Halls, top turret gunner from Springfield, Missouri. He feels that way. So does his pal Kenny, Sergeant Kenneth L. Halls, ball turret gunner from Perkins, Oklahoma. Related? No. They think they might have been several generations ago back in Germany, but now, just 2 guys with the same uncle, Sam.
And Dad, would you like to just say a little bit about some of the stuff you did there?
Well,
you're going to have to speak up.
He pretty much said everything that I did with it, but we had a good time with Gable. He was a good man, and he was a down-to-earth person. And we did make a film, and it was tied around a friend of mine that was in service with me, and so forth. He went over the same time as I did. And when the film was finished, we also flew our last mission, which was over Schweinfurt, Germany. We lost 60 heavy bombers on that raid. I was very lucky to get back. So all of us worked together. I think we survived it. We were a good team. It was in there. And it takes a team all the time because you ought to do something right, you know. And that's about it. But
there's one thing I'd like to just say something about my dad's 25th mission in the 351st Bombardment Group. The 68th anniversary was this past Friday, and there were 2 Schweinfurt raids, and it was about an 8-9 hour flight round trip from Holbrook, England, where they were stationed. And they, the first mission was flown in August, and my father was on that. And they lost 60 B-17s out of 300 planes. 20% of the planes were shot down. They had no fighter escort in 43 when my father was flying. And then on October 14th, 1943, was the second and final Schweinfurt raid to try and take out the ball bearing factories. And they lost 60 B-17s on that mission. And that was the last deep penetration raid into Germany by the 8th Army Air Force out of England until the P-51 Mustang came online in late February of 1944. And the P-51 Mustang could escort the bombers all the way to the targets in Germany and back. And those planes saved a lot of lives, but the 8th Air Force lost 48,000 men in Europe during World War II. Thank you.
Thank you.
Enemy of America, look at these men. They're not going to lose, brother.